Your choice of clothes hangers matter a lot more than you think. What's up YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Fashion Tip Fridays, where every other Friday I post a video on fashion tips, hacks, and things of that sort. So in this video, I want to talk about the 4 most common types of hangers that you're probably using in your closet. I'm going to go over the properties of each hanger, talk about the pros and cons of each, and hopefully this video will give you some insight on things to consider when curating your closet space. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content on fashion and footwear. That being said, let's get into it. First hangers up are these wire hangers. These are definitely the cheapest ones on this list, and the reason I even have these in the first place is pretty much because I've been getting them for free, either from my local dry cleaners or they're just hand-me-downs and I would just randomly find them in my closet. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen these being sold at the store. Can't really buy these at the store, but I'm pretty sure you can buy them online in bulk for super cheap. So let's talk about the pros first. Of course, as I mentioned, they're very cheap and affordable, and in many cases you can pretty much find them for free. They're very thin, which is very helpful in terms of saving space and storage, and it won't take up any real estate in your closet. They're also very lightweight, which also helps with moving and transportation. And lastly, with it being a wire, it's very malleable, so you can actually shape them in different ways. If you're creative enough, you can actually use them for other purposes besides just a hanger. Alright, let's talk about the cons. For one, of course, they aren't exactly aesthetically pleasing, and it also won't make your closet look very appealing. This might not be a big deal to a lot of people, but if you really value having a well put together closet, and if you value aesthetics and interior design and things like that, then these are probably not the hangers for you. And 2, even though I mentioned this earlier that they are malleable, which might be a good thing, it's actually a con also. These hangers can easily lose its shape, and they're definitely not durable enough to hold your heavier and higher quality garments, like say a heavy jacket or a suit. If you're going to be hanging some heavier weighted garments, then you're probably going to want to opt for some heavier duty hangers. Alright, so just to recap the wired hanger, these are definitely a good choice for your closet if you either are on a budget, if you don't really have a lot of t-shirts that you really care about, if you really don't care too much about the whole aesthetic and visual appeal of your closet, and if you're on the move a lot and having to move things around and transport things a lot, then these are the hangers for you. Alright, next hangers up are these plastic hangers. These are arguably the most common hangers out there. You can find them pretty much anywhere. I get these at the dollar store, a pack of 8 to 10 for only $1, which is like 10 cents each. And again, very accessible and affordable. So you must be thinking, that's a no-brainer, right? Just buy a bunch of these at the dollar store and you're all set. But wait. Think twice before you do that. You know this is a fashion and clothing channel, so you know it gets a little trickier than that. So hear me out on this one and think twice before you buy a bunch of these. But let's talk about the pros first. So as mentioned earlier, they're very cheap and affordable. They're very accessible, so you can pretty much find them anywhere and in a variety of different colors also. And because they're slippery, that's actually kind of a helpful feature here. It allows the shirt or the top or the garment to slide right off the hanger, which allows for a lot of convenience and ease of accessibility when you take your shirt out of the closet. So that sounds convenient, right? But let's talk about the cons. Going back to the slipperiness of this plastic, I actually find it to be a bad thing. I feel like it's happened to me many times, but sometimes when I open my closet, I'll just find that my shirt has just slipped off the hanger and it's already on the floor. The other thing too about the slippery feature, or lack of grip for that matter with these hangers, you don't want to be hanging any heavy sweaters or anything with a lot of stretch and weight to it. So for example here, if you have a heavy weighted sweater like this one that has a good amount of stretch to it, if you just let this sweater sit and hang over time, then physics and gravity is just going to do its thing over time, and the weight of the sweater is going to start falling down to the point where it starts really stretching the collar, pulling on the threads, and just deforming the garment, hence destroying that piece. So you really want to be careful when hanging your expensive and fancy garments on these plastic hangers, because otherwise it can really cost you. Another con of these hangers is that they're not very durable, they can easily break, and if you just snap even the hook or just a little piece of this hanger, then the hanger is pretty much done for. And one more con I want to mention is these plastic hooks unfortunately don't swivel. If you have a little OCD in you, like I do, then you'd be very particular about how all the shirts and hangers and hooks would be facing the same direction in your closet. Sometimes I'll make this mistake where I hang my shirt and then I hang it in the closet, and then I realize that it's hung backwards. Like seriously, does that not trigger you? Because that triggers me quite a bit. So just to recap on these plastic hangers, Great option if you're on a budget. Great option if you have a bunch of inexpensive t-shirts that you don't really care for. Great if you just want to pull off your t-shirt on the go. And also, again, a cheap option if you don't care too much about the aesthetics of your closet. All right, next up, let's talk about these velvet hangers. As stated, these hangers are covered in a nice velvet material, and they also typically come with a rotating hook on top. I actually like to consider these the counterpart of the plastic hangers, and I'll explain why. Let's talk about the pros first. Opposite to the plastic hangers that are slippery, these hangers will definitely keep your garments in place and prevent slippage. The grip from the velvet will also protect and prevent the stretch deformity from happening that would have otherwise happened with the plastic hangers. Another plus here is that these rotating hooks allow for better organization and convenience. And third, these are a lot more durable and heavyweight than the plastic hangers. Now here are the cons of the velvet hangers. Of course, they're a little more expensive than the previous wire and plastic hangers, but with the price, I would still say they're affordable, but you're also paying for more features like the rotating hook and the durability. Another con worth mentioning is that you do compromise a little convenience. There's a lot more friction, which can be a little more hassle-some. Again, opposite of the plastic hangers, you can't just pull off your garment and go. You gotta take the time to unhook the hanger from the closet, take the shirt off the hanger because there's a lot of friction and grip, and hence again taking a little more time. Alright, to summarize the velvet hangers, definitely a good option for you if you have a little more of a sophisticated closet, if you have a little more heavyweight or expensive garments that you want to take better care of, then this is the option for you. Alright, hanger number 4 is the wooden hanger. These are typically bulky, heavier, and more expensive, but with that comes more durability and quality build. Let's talk about the pros and cons. The pros are that they're very durable and they last long. They're also really going to do a good job helping keep the structure of your more heavy garments. And in my opinion, they're a very classy and elegant touch to your closet. If you have a pretty extensive closet and you used only wooden hangers throughout your entire closet, then it's just going to make the aesthetic of the closet look amazing, kind of like a luxury department store kind of vibe. And yeah, so let's quickly talk about the cons. Again, with these being the bulkiest option on this list, it's definitely going to take a lot more real estate up in your closet. And again, these hangers are also the most expensive option on this list. Alright, so to sum up the wooden hanger, again, the most expensive but also the most fancy and elegant option on this list. Very good for those who have an extensive closet. For those who have really expensive garments and you want to just really take good care of those, then you definitely need these in your collection. So I know this was kind of a generic overview, and I know there are a lot of other different types of variations and different hangers out there in the market, but I hope this video just gives you some insight on things to consider when really thinking about the hangers in your closet and maybe reevaluating what your closet situation is. If you found this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It'll really help me a lot. Be sure to check out my 2 previous Fashion Tip Friday episodes, here and here. Again, every other Friday, I make videos on fashion tips and hacks, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the episodes. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.